Hello, vinyl community. Keep on trucking. So, how's everyone doing? I hope you're all good. I'm okay. Um, Last Sunday, I went to Oxford, in England, obviously, the original Oxford. Um, and while my wife was busy somewhere else, I went to Truckstore, which is a record shop in Cowley Road. That's a sort of the trendy part of Oxford, just away from like where all the universities are. So I went here, quite a cool shop, with very much the intention of yeah, buying a few albums that like weren't either on vinyl in the 1990s or just some things that like I'd never got round to buying, all over 10 years old, obviously. But actually, in the end, I sort of changed my mind, and they had a listening post there. The atmosphere there is really nice, really good. Not too like pretentious or not too stuffy, even not too crusty or saggy. Um, Secondhand stuff wasn't so good, but the new stuff and the opportunity just to listen on a CD, because I had most things on vinyl as well. But just the chance to do that, and with your headphones on, trusty headphones, which I don't usually use, but I found some actually in a supermarket here. Um, yeah, some things just sound. It brings the sound out so much better. I mean, this isn't an expensive pair or anything, but if you've got a half decent CD player, and you just sit and calm down, and it's a very different way of absorbing music. So, to cut the long story short, I ended up finding some new music. Now, not from 2016, which was, I can't remember now whose contest was that? Was it Spinning Geek or somebody? Anyway, but I found a couple from the year before, and bought a few things. So I would like to show you. And I actually spent more money on records or new records than I can't remember when. I just no idea, but I'll let you add it up in your head. I'd rather not sort of divulge too much about that. So this is the record shop, and it has a coffee tea shop inside as well, where people can just sit and do their homework, study, or meet people, do whatever really, or wait for somebody that spends too long looking at records. There's the address and the details. Yeah. So without further ado, what was that? 3.5 minutes for an introduction. Okay, probably quite a lot of you have just gone past that anyway. So first one is Old Habits Die Hard. So I did go through all the old, dollar bins and all the secondhand stuff. Some of it was very more expensive than what I would obviously want to pay for it. So I just found this. I don't know what it's like. It had a sticker on it saying that it was very rare or something, but I quite like these sort of long drawn out techno or records that someone's just put a dance beat, especially if it's sort of something that's sort of very different in the first place. And for £1, yeah, it's okay. And if I don't like it, then I'll sell it on. I haven't listened to it so yet. Right now, me and my wife sometimes do a bit of medieval reenactment. We're not huge on it. We're not like trading in it, which is what a lot of people do, and we're not actually like in a battle situation. We're what I would describe as entry level peasants. So to go with this, and also trying to find some sort of melodic metal in UK, in England. It's easier where she comes from, Finland, to find this sort of stuff. we kind of stumbled across these albums, or we all were aware of him, but he'd done them before he died, Christopher Lee. So I managed to find both records. He claims to be related, Christopher Lee, or claimed to be related to Charlemagne. And these records, the guy in there, he couldn't shift them. I don't think they were. I think they were from Record Store Day, or certainly the sticker says that they are. And he's one of them. So I decided to go for both of these. He actually gave us like virtually cost price for these. So this is the 2010. So this is the first one that he did. There we go. So it's actually like looking. I've listened to bits of them. It's sort of almost a bit of a history lesson, really, in a strange sort of a way. There's the inner part of that one with the lyrics, and I will show you the vinyl as well. I hope this doesn't take up too much of your time. It's quite a nice sort of goldy sort of colour, this one. Yeah. I'm not quite so keen. I'm definitely not keen on picture discs because of the quality of the sound. And coloured vinyl, yeah, I mean, I like it. I like a bit of coloured vinyl. Who doesn't? But I'd rather just have the black version, to be honest, most times. Yeah, I'd be quite happy with not losing sound quality. Over what it looks like. Here's the second one. It's a bit more angry 3 years later, called The Omens of Death. This is 2013. Same, probably same label and everything. Same sort of homemade label, I suppose, a bit. And this one has these sort of an innards lyrics on one side, and it's clear vinyl, which I looked up. Apparently, no, it doesn't affect the sound quality. So maybe it just comes down to who's actually pressing it. Yeah. Right. So that is those. I'm in an ahhing about buying Mark Lanegan since I went to see him last year. Still haven't really decided what to go for, but I found this, which is pretty unique. And you think about, like, you go into record shops, and as I said, I was looking for maybe PJ Harvey to Bring Me Your Love on vinyl, because I think that's a great album, and I used to have it on CD. What else? Well, a lot of records from that sort of period of time, either they weren't on vinyl, or maybe I've sold one or two of them. Right, I'm going around the bushes again here. Anyway, if something's out on vinyl now, new, I think now there's more chance that I would go for that if I find stuff and I like it, because it's not going to be around that long, probably. It's not all going to go down as like your 90s classics or whatever, and not everything will get re-released. So I found this. Here's Mark Lanegan. It was reasonably priced at £9, and it's an interview disc with him. It's also to do with the 25th anniversary of Heavenly Recordings. And it was recorded in Hebden Bridge, West Yorkshire, at a club, the Trades Club. Interviewers John Robb, who I know is a journalist. I can't remember. Well, he's an author as well, but I can't remember him exactly. But I thought, yeah, why not? Why not? That's quite an interesting thing. Nicely packaged there in that cardboardy sleeve. So, two other things to go for. An album I haven't heard now from 2002. I have one of our albums on CD. Yeah, maybe my conservative tastes are actually like spending the money, or spending a bit more money. It does happen sometimes, but I will splash the cash rather than going for a safer, older option. So I went for this, a Sigur Rós album. And I should say all at the same time that the guy that works there or owns Truck Store is knowledgeable but not forceful, and was just quite a nice, pleasant guy, and it's reflected in the atmosphere, I thought, of the shop. Yeah. Um, maybe not every way that if I would have a record shop, how I would do it, but anyway, I went for this, and yeah, I mean, I'm sure you've probably seen the package of it anyway. I can't even remember, was it coloured or? It does contain a CD though, which also sometimes sways me a bit, or the old download code. But yeah, it's very nicely packaged. It's just black, and it's got that sort of like embossed, all that sort of shiny, circular design there. So continuing on a Scando theme, the last thing that I found was this. Now, I didn't recognise him, but the cover just grabbed me. Is it Ebbot Lundberg? And my wife likes the soundtrack of our lives, and I didn't know who this guy was. Well, it doesn't even say it on the sticker. But when I asked, I thought, well, that will probably be interesting. But it doesn't sound so much like them, but it does sound really good. It sounded amazing through the headphones. I haven't opened it up completely yet, but yeah, just something about you suddenly hear something, and if you like the first 3-4 tracks, yeah, give it a go. So yeah, quite excited about that. Really finding something from 2015. Probably now the newest record that I own. Near enough. I haven't bought the I haven't bought Black Star Bowie. I sort of thought about it, but yeah. So I would recommend, if you're nearby in Oxford, come and visit me. But yeah, go. But if you were visiting as a tourist, going to Truck Store, it's walkable from the town. Um, if you're a tourist, or there is a record fair there as well. I think it's like every month or so. I've been a couple of times. Yeah, I haven't been for a while, but yeah. I guess that's about it. Thanks for watching, and without further ado, I will press stop.